are such an asshole.
The thing I like about teachers, just think about this. I know they're part-time workers. They're the most whiny, overpaid, privileged group of people who have never set foot in the real world. This isn't an opinion. This is a fact. I don't think I've known a happy teacher. I really don't. Uh, Especially for a relatively easy job such as that. Some of them might have a little bit harder, and I know the state don't make it easy. And modernly, well, you don't need a father, right? You don't need parents. The state owns them, right? Now you got these feral kids growing up without their dads, and yeah, teachers generally vote for that stuff in. But at the end of the day, even though having like a pretty easy job, never having to do math in your life, working, 7-ish, 8-ish months out of the year, with pension, they're still miserable people. They're still miserable. It's kind of like that. Was there ever really a Nazi concentration camp guard that was happy? Because you're all in the same business. You both run prisons, and you hate your people. You hate your prisoners. You hate them. There wasn't, unless you're a real sick fucker. You weren't like, yay, concentration camp time. We'll keep those people in. And I wish I was joking, but because my youth was stolen from me, as is well of all of yours, in part by teachers, and we got jack fuck all shit in return, I have a contempt and hatred for them. I don't think y'all, man, you think you don't? I really hate. I don't know. I really don't know. Did someone else who did something more than take your youth away and give you shit in return? And then the constant whining and woe, and we're all so important. Thank a teacher. Fuck you. I want my 13 years back. I'll give you riches. I'll give you wealth. What do you want? I want my father. I want my youth. Anyway, so, and I think now with the internet, people are starting to realize teachers are not as holy and sacrosanct as they claim to be. And when bad things happen to teachers, like, oh no. Oh, well, moving on. Comes from anonymous paid. Let me go to the original request. Hey, Hornswoggle. Apparently, teacher pensions are going bankrupt for a variety of reasons. Well, bankrupt is one thing, maybe underfunded or underfunded as we speak right now. How much for a video where we get to point and laugh? I said, and I needed a little bit of information. Like, I'm not going to go through and look at every teacher pension based on the state, because I think that's the level they're funded at. They say which are funded, which are underfunded. Paid reasons are varied, so I'll give you links and summaries so you could pick and choose which to cover. They're all very short articles. If you only choose one link, I recommend the first one, an article about Ohio government pensions, specifically with passing mentions of other state pensions. This is from this month. It's a good overview. This is from the Financial Times. Let's read it. Keep reading for a buck. No, I'm not going to keep reading for a buck. No, I'm not. 94 billion. The title is 94 billion U.S. pension fund hit home for Ohio teachers. Well, can we search this? Ask about money. I'm growing increasingly concerned about the state of our pensions, especially when we have little to no control over them. And it feels like those in charge are making poor decisions that could jeopardize the future of many retirees. I'm going to guarantee you, if you look at the state or federal budgets, oh my God, what about our pensions? Well, you probably allowed the governments at the time to raid them, and the majority of the money went to go pay for Democrat socialist horse shit. You voted it in, Democrat teachers. You voted it. We just can't help but 94 billion. That's a lot of money for one state, isn't it? Not an actuary, but it seems like an awful lot for one state. You think politicians were going to let a fund of money, 94 billion, just sit there? Attachments. Is this? Let's open it up. No, I'm not going to pay. I'm not paying free journalists. I'm not paying. You can write it for free and get advertising dollars. Let's try this. Does this one have it? Citadel? No. How turmoil. Ground news. Read full article. Yeah, it goes back to I'm sorry, you guys, yeah, if you could do me the kind courtesy of making sure it's not behind a PayPal, a pay link. Okay, the state teachers retirement system of Ohio is facing a $20 billion shortfall in the amount of money it needs to support its retirees in the coming year. Cost of living increases for the nearly 157,000 retirees who rely on the pension. You should got rid of the pension system a long time ago. You should have gone to defined contribution, not defined benefit. But we can't, you can't put a price on an education. That was it. Um, it's nowhere to find. It's nowhere to be found. All right, so let's. I'm gonna have to speculate. Pensions is, there's a bucket of water. Okay, there's a bucket. We should save some money, save some water, so that when the people retire, they can drink some water from the bucket. We should make sure there's enough water in the bucket so that when everybody drinks their allotted amount, there's not a shortage of water in the bucket. I would have to go and audit Ohio's spending, the state. See, did you borrow money from the pension fund? Were your actuaries bad? Did they do the math wrong and say you don't have to contribute that much? Were your actuaries also bad, or the managers of the union where they said, "Oh, you could collect at 52 years old at $80,000 a year." These Cadillac insurance plans where you promised more than a pension could ever possibly pay. It just pensions are a bad idea. You should be in charge of your own retirement. Your employer should pay you money. Here's some money that you can contribute to a 401k or 403b. All right, but you're in charge of retirement. We're not in charge of retirement. You're in charge of retirement. Now, I bet you I bet you nuts to bolts. I bet you nuts to bolts that somewhere in there they took money out of the pension fund to go pay for largely, not always, largely Democrat, socialist, leftist horseshit. They don't got enough money for the poor people. I love it when you vote for your own demise. I love it. So somebody along the way promised too good as shit that was never going to come true. Now, oh my God, you did $20 out of 94 billion. That's a 22% shortfall. That's significant. Too bad, so sad. Don't care your teachers. The bleak outlook for teachers' pensions, what you need to know. All right, this comes from Ed Weekly, Education Weekly. Mark Lieberman. Funding for school employees' pension plans last year fell even further behind obligations than previous years. A new report shows, but the range of gaps among states is vast, with plans in some states performing well and others lagging substantially. Unfunded pension liabilities arise when money in the pension's bank account falls short of what the fund is committed to paying when the employees who access it. You're just going to have to pay more dues. Sorry, teachers. You want these nice little, they all just believe it just comes out of the sky. Adult children known as Democrats. It's free money. The government pay for my stuff. I teach future education of children. Sit and whine and bitch and expect money to be paid to you because Republicans bad and the white man very, very evil. Cut off genitalia now for popularity you can get now. Tee hee, I'm a teacher. Yeah, you don't get manna from heaven. You want I want a fancy retirement. Are you contributing fancy contributions to it? No. Are you willing to take lower pay now to have the proceeds go to the pension fund? No. Are you going to vote for fiscal responsibility? Generally, Republicans, not always. So, but at least don't raid the pension so people could go and bribe other people with welfare to vote for the current Democrat. Are you willing to do that? No. Well, Are you willing to like have a balanced budget amendment and stop printing off money so the inflation doesn't eat away at whatever? I mean, you could get $100,000 a year with your great pension, but it won't buy you anything 25 years from now. You willing to do that at the federal level so the unit of value named the US dollar maintains the purchasing power of your pension? No. Trump bad. Okay, fuck it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. The idea you get a pension for being a babysitter. That's really what you just overpaid babysitters. And I know that pisses us off because it's so true. Yeah, there's some teachers actually give a shit, like two. But the rest of them are just there because they didn't want to do math. Yeah, teaching pension financing to public school teachers. That'd be look, I know you all got 103 IQs, but hear me out, okay? There's this thing called compound math. K through 12 pension plans unfunded liabilities topped $816 billion in 2022, according to figures prepared for Education Week by the nonprofit Equable. Equable? That's how they spelled it. Equable Institute, which researches public pensions and advocates for improving them. The figure exceeds the annual amount America collectively spends each year on K through 12 public education. That's it? That was it? Oh, see also. Wow, they jammed the advertisements in here. Equitable's new annual report outlined the dismal state of funding for for public pensions, including for school employers, was published on Tuesday. Nationwide teacher pension plans were 75.5% fully funded in 2022, according to Equitable data, making a drop of more than 8%. 8? You're dropping by 8% a year? Teachers need to contribute more. What do you think the private sector does? When a surging post-pandemic economy brought unexpectedly robust returns. That doesn't bode well for the future, said Anthony Randazzo, the executive director of Equitable. Pension returns are highly volatile and rarely adhere to a predictable upward curve. A potential recession and the oncoming expiration of the disease fund. Man, you are such a sad group of sacks of shit. You still need the COVID relief money? What? How long ago was that ended? Just fuck it. Just print off more money. We should just print off more money, make the teachers' pension whole. Just print off more money. Just the amount of adults that want to avoid responsibility. It's just amazing. And you're raising children. State and school districts will continue to shoulder the heavy financial burden of bankrolling retirement plans for public school employees and paying off debt servicing of underfunded plans. Those obligations strain tight district budgets, with some devoting nearly 30% of payroll to pension obligations. Well, I guess can you cut the music department? Can you cut the DEI and the school counselors and the babysitting operation? How much fat are in the public schools? Probably a ton. I mean, we could just end it all and just have kids stay at home and teach themselves on YouTube, and there could be people homeschooling. We just do that. Unfunded pension liabilities also squeeze states' capacity for other education investments like raising staff salaries, developing tutoring programs. No, you all just need to be cut. You all just need to have a real, never mind. Across all public pension programs, including those for other public employees like firefighters and police officers, slightly more than 77% of obligations nationwide provide. That's horrible. That's horrible. It shouldn't be that way. Who are your accountants? This is not hard. All right. It's just, no, you got to pay more into the fund. Sorry. Yeah, there's a shortage. Pay in more. Or you get the same pay, but you get less take-home pay. Drop of more 6.5%. 2021 unfunded liabilities dropped below $1 trillion thanks to deteriorating financial conditions. Pension plans weren't so fortunate. Last year's figure jumped to $1.5 trillion. Compound district debt, unfunded. I don't care. If you stop spending money on leftist horse shit, you would have yourself a balanced pension fund. You voted this in. Because what is it? Like 92% of you teachers suck Democrat dick? It's all Democrat. Oh my God. In defense, Trump was horrible when it came to fiscal responsibility. I'll grant you that. But yeah, I don't care. I really don't care about teachers. I really don't. You've taken the lives of generations of children away. You have not educated them. You taught them self-pity and parasitism and a lack of work ethic. You do not work full time. You are overpaid in the vast majority of instances. And oh, shock, the public sector is bad at managing a pension. Whoa, who figured it? Oh, who could have saw that coming? And the taxpayers are gonna be asked to bail you out, right? Just I just don't care. You took 13 years of my life away. Fuck you. I don't care. And honestly, if you love your kids, homeschool them. Just your kid, not joking. Your the average IQ kid could graduate from high school by 14 if you homeschool 'em. Right? Good discipline, good study. Sit down, we're gonna learn all this stuff on the internet, pass the GED at 14, go apply to some college or some trade school, be making 50, 60, $70 an hour by the time they're 18 with a college degree or a trade with 2 years working experience as a plumber. There is no for the life fine. Kindergarten, all right, a little bit. Mom needs a break. Get a little bit socialized. Maybe a little bit of reading, writing, and arithmetic, but cripes almighty, after about third or fourth grade, the fuck out of there. That'd be a pretty good rule. Like by the time your kid hits puberty, time to get them out. Time to get them out. No, we're learning. We are not going to do pre-algebra at your junior year of high school because no one pushed you and the teachers don't give a fuck. All right. You're doing pre-algebra in the seventh grade. You'll have algebra and advanced algebra done by the eighth and ninth grades. You have trigonometry, geometry done by that, and calc if we need it. If not, though, we're going to start teaching you about accounting and doing taxes. We're gonna test you. Oh, he can do calculus at 15 years old. Maybe more engineering potential. We are not having you wait until 22 years old to have a college degree and a permission slip to work. My goal would be have my 16-year-old son or daughter making more than the average teacher that would have normally taught him. I'm like, look, you're making more than the average teacher without a ridiculous amount of student loan debt for a degree in education. Some teacher like, I need someone to fix my car. My 16-year-old kid goes and fix that teacher's. Oh, you're a teacher. Yeah, that's $300 an hour and parts. My truth, the king. They deserve a bailout, raise America's future. No, no, they are babysitting America's future, and they are raising a bunch of entitled little spoiled brats. They're just raising future Democrats. That's all they're doing. Drew, $2. Speaking of pensions, one more month to go to 20. Congratulations, Drew. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Evan, 5 Canadian. If the teachers don't receive their pensions, what will they do about their student loans that they still haven't paid off in their 60s? Man, you know, you get full-time pay for 9 months out of a year, which I understand because you can't say, "Oh, we're only gonna pay you for 9 months," 'cause where are you gonna find a full-time job? But you can't work another day, like a part-time job or a job during summer. This isn't about teachers' education, man. This is every college graduate. Average college debt is $36,000. Fuck off with your shit. Go work a second job and pay it off. Scrolling. Jorge S, $5. But wait, Cappy, stop dunking on the teachers. Just go and vote for higher taxes to bail them out. Think of the future. I really the child when you're a kid, you don't know. But I look back at the teachers now, they were truly stupid people. Very few smart, intelligent ones. They were just there to read from the book and to keep you occupied for the day so mom and dad could go work. That was it. They do not have the intelligence to say, hey, wait a second. Compound math is a little different. Did we actually calculate the planned benefit obligations? That's the PBO, ABO, PBO, and what's the other one? Pension accounting. You think they actually looked at the pension accounting? We need more money. Evil Donald Trump, evil Republic. We the future. Teachers are special. Teachers are the future. You really could say, okay, explain to me why you could tell them, ask them, You could explain why we can't print off more money. That's a fact. You just can't print off more money with inflation. They wouldn't be able to explain it. And listen to me. At least 6 out of 10 teachers would be like, yeah, we should just be able to print off more money. They don't understand how inflation and supply of goods and services work. It doesn't surprise me they advocate truly childish, stupid policies that are not, ultimately, by childish and stupid, I mean not sustainable. With Division Productions, $5. It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic. Oh, what the heck? I'll laugh anyway. Yep, the Joker. Peter Stoyanov, 10 Bulgarian levs. See, I looked it up. It's levs. My violin senses are tingling. Another great hit. I'm useless and narcissistic. I ruin kids and traumatize them. Oy vey, woe is me. I'm a fat loser on middling wage and no savings. Their wages aren't bad. Not for 9 months out of the year, the wages aren't bad. I would go play a violin, but I haven't heard any individual teacher crying about, like, I don't know, having to work or saving money or, I don't know. Phil Henry, $2. Landlords in EUs not accepting teachers anymore. Really? Why not? I don't necessarily agree with that either, though. Why would you reject a profession? Are teachers rioting or burning? Wait, okay, hang on. Okay, you got my landlords EU rejecting teachers? Why would you reject teachers? I don't see anything about denying landlords EU denying teachers. It's just honestly, it's just more articles about European teachers bitching and whining about how the world isn't fair. Jason Carney, 20 generous dollars. My 13-year-old daughter has opted to go in online schools, Twin City area. There you go. Is it the I think I saw that there was like an online high school you could go to through the university, or not through the university, through Minnesota. Her class was cut from 7 hours to 90 minutes. Unbelievable. Yep. Dude, school is so fucking inefficient. If anyone stopped to sit and think about the kids, it's 2 hours wasted going to school and back on that bus ride. Okay, that's 25% of your schooling hours right there. There's recess and moving in between the classes and goofing around and all that other stuff. Study hall, let's say 3 hours wasted. So 3 hours a day is wasted. And then the actual teaching that goes on in school, no. See, I thought like when you had to sit, like your education was a function of time. The more time you studied it, the more no, you just need to get some basic concepts down. Reading, writing, arithmetic. You need to know some basic math, algebra. Do any of you guys remember SAS, AAS, AASA, SSS? I don't remember the geometry rules, but we can look it up on YouTube real quick in case I have to calculate Pythagorean's theorem today. You could boil all your work down in 2 hours and be done with it. And then your kid, oh my God, maybe could get a job, work a little bit of money, start teaching him or herself some programming or some accounting. Go play, help out mom and dad with the house. I don't know, spend quality time with other human beings and not be caught in a prison. Good for you, Jason. That's good to see you and your wife, you love your daughter. Like, nah, let's do it on. And what? Then, okay, so also 0% of stabbings or beating ups or fights in school, right? Way safer. Kid don't have to go to school no more. You think I'm joking that teachers could be replaced by YouTube. I am not. If you get the kid to be responsible enough, which is the parent's responsibility, you say, hey, here's some instruction, man. I think Tom Woods had a curriculum for homeschoolers. We're following this, we're doing that, and now we're getting out in the real world and doing real shit with it. You could replace teachers with the internet. They're not that impressive. They don't really do that much. If you could be an autodidactic, which is one who teaches themselves or teach your kid, dude, you're done with you're saving your kid a nightmare. A fucking 13-year-old prison sentence nightmare. Peter Stoyanov, 5 Bulgarian levs. Teacher salary should be student grades in STEM plus SAT scores divided by some coefficient amount of students. Shit grades, no money. Max SAT scores, big. No, the how would you set teacher salary? Oh, the students' grades. I see, not their grades. It'd have to have standardized test scores times the amount of yeah, I see it. Could be performance based. There'd be some metrics you could come up with. I agree. I agree. I just think the schools are so inefficient now because you have the internet. Information is free. You don't need to sit a group of kids in one consolidated area so a teacher with a loud enough voice can inform 30 people at a shot. You got YouTube. You got computers. You don't need schools. You don't need colleges. You need certification boards. You need people to test. You need mentors. You need training programs. We know how all the boomers are about providing training programs and mentors. You do not need teachers, especially not American public education ones. Absolutely not. Sorry, we don't need overpriced babysitters anymore. Wiz Division Productions, $2. Give me money, give me money, give me money. I don't know. You could close the public schools. Say everyone's educating their kids, but we're getting rid of the property tax. Or the property tax would be around for 3 to 4 more years to top off the pension funds and any obligations. But you guys are done. Teachers are done. Everyone's done. No more public school. Oh, look at all the land that opened up that we could build public and affordable housing with. We could actually do some useful with the property that the school once sat on, instead of just housing the unloved children of America. Don't tempt me to get the violin. I haven't heard enough whining with the like if they interviewed Becky Beckerson, it's really tough with him, then I would have broken out the violin. Teacher did lockdowns, asked to vote for a raise. Drew, $5. Pensions only work because people leave and cash out early, which is taxed and dumped back into the fund. If everyone stayed, it becomes insolvent. I did not know that about pensions. I did not know that. Oh, it's very simple. What are we underfunded by? I guess we're jacking it up. And you never get behind. Like it should always be overfunded. Hey, we got an extra 20%. And it should never be rated. It should never be lent against or borrowed against. Well, there's some poor people that I need to vote for me. I mean, who need the help. Oh, look at all this money over here. What? Democrat? You voted Democrat and you're a teacher? Well, then I guess it's okay to take some of your pension fund money away. I don't know if that happened. I mean, it depends on the state. I don't know what rules they got. That's what Social Security did, though. Michael Vandenberg, too Canadian. We need to keep liberalism away from our kids. You know whose responsibility that is? It's the parents, not mine. It's not, Michael, it's not we. It's not our responsibility. That's the parents. Some parents want their kids instilled with leftism and socialist and parasitic philosophy. They really, that's their thing, man. They love it. No different than Christian cult or whatever. It's not my responsibility. These are not my children. But I'm saying as a citizen of a country, like, well, if you want people to work, you want the economy to work, you need a bunch of people to know what a work ethic is and don't have a leftist operating system of parasitism, whining, and laziness and entitlement. Again, I'm waiting for the day you public school teachers start teaching the kids how to do their taxes. I'm waiting for now. Some schools do offer financial planning. That'd be good. I'm waiting for the day for the teachers to say, yeah, you can't just go to school for anything you want. It's got to count for something. Like, don't just follow your heart and the money will follow. You need to major in engineering. And when you start giving kids practical advice and practical skills, then let me know. A lot of that, again, though, is up to the state what they're going to teach. Sanjuro, $5. What do we do when we have a country full of these ignoramuses? What do you mean? What we're doing now? We're suffering. There's inflation. Things don't get done right. There's labor shortages. People don't go to work. People come up with made up illnesses or diseases or disability. Or rather, they fake them so they can qualify for disability or come up with an excuse. Parents enable them. Let them live at home. That has to be something legally that we can do to stop the insanity. No, No, this was voted in. This is perfectly legal by law, right? What you can do, Sanjuro, is not participate in it. What you could do is be a minimalist. What you could do is not send your children to the public schools. What you could do is homeschool your kids. What you could do is work as little as possible, pay the least amount of taxes. And legally, you wanna know the worst thing you could do to these people? Have nothing to do with them. Do not form relationships with these people. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that gives your life value, and I mean from an economic standpoint, is conducting commerce with other people. No joke. You think if I was a mechanic, someone came in with, I'm a teacher. I have a buddy who is in a profession, and I can't say what, but when they come in, it's like they can't not say, well, I'm a teacher, and they expect to get a discount. Fuck you. Oh, geez, I think there's an added 25% tax to make up for all the taxes you voted to raise for. You don't deal with these people. You don't interact with them. You don't help them out. These are not your brethren. These are not your friends. These are not your countrymen. These are parasites who keep asking for more money for a job that frankly isn't needed and is usually done very shittily. And then if you got, how do you fight it? I don't know, raise your damn kids. I went to kind of an opposite, yet I went to both public and a parochial school. I went to this Nazi concentration camp Christian school because my dad was a pastor and we had to go to Christian school because, math is different for Christians apparently. And but instead of Marxist leftist dick shoved down your mouth, it was you're going to all burn in hell unless you worship this hippie who's nailed to a cross and you're a very, very bad, bad boy if you don't worship this guy. To the point it sacrificed any real education we might have gotten. Get your kids out of the hands of bad people masquerading as teachers and educate them yourselves. It just, and then, hey, somebody's broken down by the road and you see a whatever, an Obama or who's the one, Harris. Hi, there's a government program for that. Hey, I need help moving. No, I have seen your Facebook posts. You don't need help moving. Well, maybe you do need help moving, but it won't come from me. I already pay enough in taxes due to you. Stop helping these people. Stop doing anything with them. I mean, don't be a dick. I mean, for example, I know certain people I know within my spheres are Democrats. I'm not helping them. I'm not going to kick them in the shins and run away either, but I'm not helping them. Oh, that's too bad that happened. Oh, geez. Oh, sorry. I'm busy with the thing. Can't help you. DJT, I stopped letting childhood trauma as an excuse to avoid math. I stopped letting childhood trauma as an excuse to avoid math. What? How to use childhood trauma to avoid math? After you reintroduce math as a friend. Trust the math. The math is your friend. Well, the math is reality. And reality is your friend. For example, if I tell a girl who's majoring in, let's say, truly worthless degree, women's studies, I go to her and I say, that's a horrible degree. You shouldn't major in that. You're not going to have a job. All right. In a sense, that truth, that math is that woman's friend. Yeah, it's a horrible degree. You're not going to get a job. And you could study it for free on the library while getting a degree in accounting that would help you make money. And yet then you could still purport and advocate and participate in feminist political activities. But she's going to get pissed off and not view fact as friend, math as friend, because it hurts fifis. But I don't know. Matt, it's like gravity. I'm not saying you have to have this close and personal friendship with gravity, but you have to admit it's right and it exists, especially when you're climbing mountains and you're on cliffs, Like, I don't want to go have a beer with gravity, but I'm going to respect it. Worthless and bad Japan economic gave me hope again. Well, once you know reality, you start playing. Look, reality is the real worlds by which by the world operates, right? And more or less, teachers, among other people, come in and say, here are a whole other set of rules that are easy and you always win and you're always going to come out on top and you could play by these rules. And then later on, you find out you play by those rules and you're up shit neck deep in debt. Nothing. Tell me if you've heard this, millennials. Nothing you were promised came true. It's because the real world don't give a shit what horseshit pie in the sky leftist poppycock lies and unicorn fart rules your teachers told you the world should operate by and that you could operate by. The real world operates by real world rules. But once you know the real world rules, you can actually make progress in society and you are liberated. You are freed from this delusional addiction to a dream that was never going to come true. But it sounded real nice. Like, I don't know, you could be an early childhood education major and make money and have a real career. That's all my products are, just harsh truths. That's it. At the end of the day, asshole consulting and all this is just me saying, those are the liars over there. They're telling you sweet lies that are going to lead to a heart attack. Here's your broccoli, eat your fucking broccoli and hit the treadmill. I actually am your real friend here. I mean, I'm not like a friendly friend. I'm an angry, pissed off friend who doesn't want you to die. DJT, $5. I've been collecting Coursera certificates like trading cards at this point, and I'm no longer fat and thinking about ending myself. Thank you, man. No problem. Glad you're here. And now you got some certifications. Your ability to get employed has gone up. Let me ask you this, DJT. You don't have to pay any more super chats. Have you thought about fun things to do? You can't just be working all the time. Are there other fun things you like? You lost weight, right? Can you go for hikes now? You want to go biking? What do you want to do? Scrolling. Oh, maybe I should just click this button here that conveniently consolidates all the super chats. Jorge, yes, 10 generous dollars. Not to toot your horn, but I learned more about how the world works than 20 years of schooling, laughing out loud. Cap equals only teacher whose pension is funded by super chat. No, it's not fun. See, it's not. I don't have this arbitrary number in the future that I'm going to make per. Like, I need $70,000 a year with a cost of living adjustment starting at 55 to pay me until I'm dead. And then it's up to you, the super chatters, which in the allegorical world would be the taxpayers, have to then fund the super chats to meet my irrational expectation of 70,000 years. I take your super chats now and I invest them in really fun things like, a soft water system so my plumbing doesn't get clogged with calcite. That's where your money goes, boys and girls. Exciting things like that. Or new seals for the vehicles. Real exciting shit. I may get a smoker. I'm waiting for scratch and dent fall season to come, which should be coming up. I scoped them out today. Cheap ones are $400. The expensive ones are $1,400. I got to do more research. I have a hard time spending $1,400 on something just because it has a thermometer. But yeah, no, I'm glad to help you guys out. I have saved more young people from poverty than the Democrat Party ever has, because the Democrat Party and teachers have not gotten one person out of poverty. They've put a ton of people in poverty with lies and horse shit. Hey, just sit here, don't do nothing. You're entitled to something, and don't worry, I gotta get it for you. Mm-hmm. Well, you're poor because those people over there. It's not because you just sat on your ass and did nothing like I told you to. We should be entitled to free shit because reasons. Dre, $2. When did America become a no honor society? I'd say boomers. Definitely 60. 65 is when it started. I believe 65 is also when the welfare state, the Great Society, started in Lyndon B. Johnson. But that's right where you can't even see it in the movies. People were dressed up when they went out in public, comported themselves decently. And then it had the hippies and the 70s where everyone just grew hair out of every orifice. 80s a little bit came back because the boomers had to grow the fuck up because they're not going through all these divorces. Yeah, and interest rates are like 18%. Like, yeah, shit, how'd that go? But I'd say, yeah, man, a little bit. And then the 90s, it was gone. It was just gone. And especially now with the horseshit product and quality, no one does their job anymore. It's over. There is no honor in this society. None. Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy gives Carlson alumni 100% discount. Admit it. No, actually, unless I knew you personally, I would probably increase. Now, if you were an accounting major, okay, then but if you go to business school, especially if you come from Carlson. Yeah, I'm probably increasing your prices by twice. Dude, bro. Mark Bodyman, $5. All the teachers of Virginia had new houses and 2 or more new cars. No wonder they have no money. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe save your money too. Dre, $2. Obama wanted a kill switch for America's internet. I don't know. Did he? Nonstop Dre, $2. Overseas, there's honor. I love it out here. Dre, one of these days, you have to let me know what country you're in. Well, in honor, that's just honoring your word, doing what you say you're going to do, which you have to have a functional economy. I had someone who was supposed to like come out here and kind of help me a little bit with some concrete footings. All I needed him to do was come out here, take a look, and no, he didn't show up. It's like, okay, and it's a little depressing where you're like, is anyone in my community, community? Oh, we need community. Conservatives and traditional people in America, we need community. Like, okay, great, you got community. Anyone going to help each other out? I do know some people, like, they'll help you out, like, and I've gone and helped them out, but yeah, man, the honor's going away. The honor is going away. There is no more honor. Nonstop Dre, $2. Oh, sorry. Moy Free Lifestyle. Teachers are our biggest haters to reconnaissance men. I don't know. Why would that be? What, just because people want to travel and oh, Renaissance men. Renaissance men. I still don't get it. Why would teachers begrudge Renaissance men? I know teachers hate they hate autodidactics. They hate people who teach themselves. They hate independent thinkers. Um, they hate Republicans, obviously, but that's not like a a philosophy or a lifestyle. I'd even say some teachers, like in some way, maybe they are a little bit more Renaissance men than others, and they're like, "Nah, man, I'm going to go out and help and travel and van life." Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy has more black cards than Harris. Black cards. Like, oh, yeah, but like that's because of you guys, right? You, Wisda, all the other black dudes in the audience members. Well, Harris ain't even black, is she? I don't pay attention. OBJ, 54, 10 generous dollars. If you're looking for a smoker, stay away from even Embers, Blackstone. I work at a place and have built those before. Build quality is a no. Pit Boss has a bit better build quality. Okay, good to know. Pit Boss. Let me add that on my to-do list. No, that's not my to-do list. Pit Boss. Good. Blackstone bad. Blackstone bad. Okay, good to know. I may not even get it this year. It's like, the real question is, do you really need a smoker? No, the answer is no, you do not really need a smoker. But I would like to have some smoked salmon. I would like to do that. And I mean, over enough times I use it, I would save enough to, not go out and eat. The reason I do it here, not Vegas, here there's like really no good restaurants. And so I'll do that. Atham Decua, $5. We must have a community and help each other. Can I crash on your couch? No. Can I get a ride to the airport? No. Can we grab a beer? No. Thank you, Atham. I forgot about that. You're right. All these people like, oh, we need a community and we're conservatives and da da da. But he's not the only one. He's not the only one. I've seen it happen. Good old white bread, South Dakota conservative. Hey, can you help me out? Oh, no, I can't. Hey, did it? No. What are you doing in it? No, I can't. All right, fine. Fuck it. I'm on my own. And even here, like the tradesmen who built the house, like you could just assume they're going to fuck you over. And the vast majority of them, good old homegrown white boy South Dakota folk. Well, fuck you. No honor. There is no honor in anyone in America. Every once in a while, you find someone. It's rare. It's so fucking rare. And you're like, a good man is hard to find. I know my estate planning lawyer, he's one of them. Like, this guy's got his shit together. He actually does his fucking job. He's on time. I fucked up a meeting once because I forgot to bring my checkbook. I'm like, oh fuck. So I had to have the GF bring it over. Yeah, it's yeah, I don't want it's sad. But Mashaka, $2. When are you going back on Fresh and Fit? Whenever, I guess. I mean, I guess I have an open invite. It has nothing to do with Fresh and Fit. I love them. They're like, two of the brothers I never had. Way the fuck over there. That's the problem. They're way the fuck over there. It would be great if they were in Denver. I'd go all the time. Or if they were in Vegas, but they're in Miami, and it takes forever to get there. The only place further away on the contiguous United States is Maine. And when you go to Fresh and Fit, I mean, you could maybe pull it off if you got a really early flight. You get in, you catch the train, you do the show, catch the train back, and get your flight back. It'll be a long ass day. So usually you got to stay a day. Yeah, it's not that I don't want to. It's just, it's a haul. My truth, the king, $2, magna cum laude of gender studies here. I feel exactly. Moi free lifestyle, $2. To me, a Renaissance man is a free thinker. Yeah, they're very much against free thinkers. Yes, very much. Not the conformist free thinkers. Like, hey, wouldn't it be great if everything was free? Like everybody else who's got a tattoo and purple hair? Yeah, great. Go be a teacher. Go halvesies with the great one on a smoke. No. And then you gotta, who owns it? Are you moving? Are you gonna buy me out? What's the value? No. I'll buy myself a cheap $400 one to avoid that. That's just not gonna do it. Dre, $2. You want non-soupy pancakes? No. You're reminding me of all the torture trauma I've had in the past. I drove past the IHOP today. I remember when IHOP, that was a big deal. That was a big deal. Oh boy, IHOP. That was a treat, man. I mean, as an adult, it was a treat. Not as a kid, like as an adult. Like I was riding through Albuquerque and I saw IHOP. I'm like, hell yeah. And I got like a bad for me omelet with a bunch of bacon. And I got the chocolate chip pancakes and I was falling asleep riding on my motorcycle. I ate so much food. Now, like, no, you don't know if IHOP's open. You don't know. By the way, if you're in Rapid City, don't bother going to the IHOP or the Perkins. You don't know if they're going to be open. And if they are open, you don't know if you're going to get food. You don't know if the chef's there. You don't know anything. Dre, $2. You want thin and kind women? No. Want low taxes? No. Yeah. Wisdom Vision Productions, $2. You want Dre to watch Die Hard? Yes, thank you. Wisdom, if you ever come to South Dakota, I'm buying you the finest scotch you ever want for that one right there. That's right. That's right, Dre. You gonna watch Die Hard? Have you watched Kelly's Heroes yet? I know I pick on black millennial and Zoomers for you not watching Die Hard because Marcus Brown never watched it. But I think generally speaking, it might be more age than race plus age. I think generally you Zoomer boys out there, your old man didn't teach you nothing about movies. Because I know this other dipshit kid ain't a black guy, he's white. He hasn't seen Kelly's Heroes, Die Hard. I gave him a list of movies. I'm like, you got to watch these movies while you're up there at your place. And I saw him like 6 months later. I'm like, hey, did you watch those movies? No. You don't even want to watch the movies. I'm like, what, you're going to die if you don't have these movies. What the hell? Ashley Lacombe. Sure. Okay, Ashley. I'm sorry, Ashley. If that's actually you, I have it hard to believe. It's Atham ain't doing his job. He's letting women in. Thank you for the $2, Ashley. Frank Marino, $5. The moment you realize flushing your water heater once a year is going to be one of the highlights of your retirement. Should you flush your water heater? Well, okay. I didn't know they needed to be flushed. Flush the water heater. Flush water heater. All these middle-aged man things I should have learned long ago. I didn't know you're supposed to do it. But when I'm going to go spray for weeds, I'm going to listen to a podcast about doing it. Because the work never ends. Dre, $2. Chad can tell you the country. Okay, I'll ask Chad. All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone. 35 super chats. That'd pay for about a third of a smoker. That's it. Questions, answers, AstroConsulting.com. Link below so you young kids don't become a whiny, miserable teacher. Go major, get the book Worthless, The Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.